What's up, YouTube? This Boxing Mind TV on with another one, man. This video I want to talk about the pay-per-views that's continuing to happen for these fighters. I got this idea about talking about this from Good Sports, no, Goodfella Sports, on YouTube. CJ, he was talking about possibly being 9 pay-per-views this year. And I just want to talk about, man, these pay-per-views is getting out of control. Every fucking fighter can't be a pay-per-view star, man. It can't happen that way, you know what I'm saying? We can't, every fighter, like all these fights don't deserve to be pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like these 3 fights I have right here, I can see Deontay Wilder, Ortiz being a pay-per-view fight. Knowing their first one was a good match between them two. I can see the Spence and Porter. You know, even though I'm not really too crazy about it being pay-per-view, I feel like it don't need to be pay-per-view. But then, you know, since they both top welterweights, it's a unified title match. They going, you know, they both have a belt. But you know, to me, it doesn't have to be a pay-per-view fight, but it can be. You know what I'm saying? I can let it slide for a little bit. I won't pay for it, but I can let it slide. You know what I'm saying? But the Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia fight, I don't see why. How is that a pay-per-view fight? I mean, it's a good fight, good matchup, but none of these guys have belts. I mean, none of these guys are pay-per-view stars. Mikey Garcia lost his last fight against Spence, so I don't think his stock, you know, risen up from that fight. And Danny Garcia never been on pay-per-view before. So I don't see it. They don't have a belt. None of them have a belt. They're just fighting each other. You know, that Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalry, I understand that. But at the same time, you know, they don't need pay-per-view. They need to give the fans, you know, just a good fight on free television and get a lot of ratings, man. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get the casuals back in. Trying to get the casuals' attentions, you know, and get more people into boxing. But if everything's pay-per-view, how we going to build the fan base for boxing? You know what I'm saying? So, out of all those fights, I feel like Mikey Garcia and Dan Garcia shouldn't be pay-per-view. I understand why they have it pay-per-view. It's because of the Puerto Rican, you know, Mexican rivalry. It's, you know, the Mexicans and Hispanics, they support boxing a lot. It's gonna be a big match. I understand that, but at the same time, Mikey, it could be a competitive fight, but Mikey he lost his debut at welterweight against a top welterweight fighter. Now he's fighting another top welterweight fighter. Granted that Danny Garcia is, you know, flat-footed, a little bit slower, but he's still a dangerous fighter, heavy-handed. And Mike Garcia hasn't, you know, got himself acclimated to the weight to be able to see if he can withstand any of those see if he can compete with a welterweight, a top welterweight. So it's not a fight that I really want to see yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Mikey has proved himself to be able to deal and probably possibly beat a welterweight. I don't think he's done that yet, or you know, gave people that, you know, that possibility that he could, you know, but still, like, you know, I'm just thinking that this pay-per-views, man, if it's that much, that's just because you got Pacquiao Thurman's gonna be a pay-per-view fight. Pacquiao already had a pay-per-view fight in January. Who else got a pay-per-view fight coming up? Pacquiao got Spence. Then I think Crawford might want a pay-per-view for his next fight. Who else? I don't know. CJ had it. I think he had a list of them. He was naming them. He was knocking them down on his channel, Goodfella Sports. But I can't remember. I know he said it was like gonna be 9, possibly 9 of them. I'm like, that's crazy, man. Now these fighters just getting greedy. I mean, I understand you gotta make your money in the sport. I understand that, but some of this shit ain't gonna make sense. Some of this shit's gonna flop, cause everybody ain't gonna be paying. Then we're gonna pick and choose which one we gonna pay for to watch the fights. All these fights is not gonna get the same amount of buys. You know what I'm saying? One of these multiple of these pay-per-views gonna flop. It's gonna flop because we don't have money to keep giving y'all, you know, for your pay-per-views. You know, damn shit. I'ma stream the motherfucker. Fuck that. I'ma stream that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you straight up. I'ma stream that shit. The only fight I might watch on here, I might pay for, is the Deontay Wilder fight. I may pay for that one. That's the only fight I might support. You know, because Deontay Wilder is the only fighter just really trying to fight all these fighters. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to hold back no smoke. You know what I'm saying? He trying to, at least he'll try to fight you. He'll try to make the fight happen. They usually be the other side that don't want the fight happen, like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. From what I've seen, we don't know the insides, all the insides and outs, but from what I've seen, that's where I conclude. But with Spence and Porter, about that fight, because I don't know, I kind of wanted Spence to go fight Crawford, man. Just fuck it, like Porter been ducking and seemed like he didn't want to fight you from the get-go, going around saying you're not on his radar, blase, or, you know, I'm looking for Thurman and Garcia, shit like that, and all of a sudden they want to fight. Like, Spence waited around too long, man. Just go ahead and fight Crawford, man. Crawford beat him. I understand it's a big fight, but that shit, you know, that's what we really want. You know, we already, most people are proclaimed that you and Crawford is the number one, number two welterweight anyway. So go ahead and make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? So, but him fighting Porter is kind of like, yeah, I hope he beat Porter ass, but I'm like, but that's gonna be a good fight between them two. It should be a good fight. That's the thing. It should be a competitive fight. Porter is gonna be a tough fight. He ain't gonna be an easy fight for nobody. And they both got good stamina. You know, they both gonna be throwing a lot of punches. So it's high action packed fight. Not only that, it's because it's not only that's a high action packed fight, but it's for the unify the title. So I could see it in the welterweight division is popping, so I could see why that could be a pay-per-view fight. But I don't see it getting my money. I don't see it possibly getting my money. I see maybe that's why, you know, Sean Porter trying to, you know, create this storyline about, you know, Errol Spence being jealous of him. Probably trying to hype it up a little bit, trying to make, you know, create some sales for the pay-per-view buys. You know, when this fight happens, have a storyline for people to feed off on. But I don't think it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna work. So, but these pay-per-view buys, if all this comes to fruition, there's a whole bunch of pay-per-view buys, some of these shit's gonna flop. I think some of these shit's gonna flop to where the ones that they want to be, the parties that want to have pay-per-view it's not gonna happen. They're gonna shut it down because it's too many pay-per-views, man, and those fans is not gonna pay for them like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give us the fight we want to see for us to pay pay-per-views. If it's like shit, if it was like this year was Errol Spence and Crawford, Deontay Wilder and who else? Canelo versus shit Jamal Charlo or something, even though that's on the zone. But if it's like fights back to back, like shit, we gonna dish it out. But if it ain't fights we really want to see, like Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia fight, I asked the fight. I don't think it really needs to happen. If it does happen, put that shit on free TV, man. Yeah, that shit don't even be on pay-per-view, man. Yeah, Mexican Puerto Rican rivalry. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, there's history behind that, but I ain't feeling it, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this all these pay-per-views coming up. Do you think Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia should be pay-per-view? Am I wrong, you know, for saying that? Or is it like, I mean, it's my fucking opinion anyway, but it's I mean, do y'all mind Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia being pay-per-view? Do y'all think Spence and Porter should be pay-per-view? Wilder and Ortiz should be pay-per-view, Ortiz too, or any other pay-per-view fights that I missed. Do y'all think they should be pay-per-view fights? Just let me know, man. Like, comment, subscribe. And Boxing Mind TV, and we out.